This past February, I attended the Kines HaShlachis, the Women's International Conference of Chabad Emissaries in Crown Heights, New York. This incredible 4-day event brings together nearly 5,000 women from all around the globe to learn, connect, and inspire each other. I don't attend often, but this year opportunity presented itself. What an incredible chance to enjoy the camaraderie, see friends in person, and of course, enjoy the kosher catering, which was being done by someone else instead of me, as we provide the kosher food to thousands of travelers in Venice each year. It was Friday morning, the second day of the conference. From the bagels to the fruit platters to the hot dishes to the pastries, everything looked and smelled wonderful. And a room full of people whose main goal is to help others regardless of their background. What could be better than that? Shortly after I sat down, I began to feel uncomfortable. I couldn't quite place the feeling, but there was pressure in my chest. I walked to a private area. The pain quickly became excruciating, and I realized I needed to get help. How can it be that I came all the way to New York, and now not only am I going to miss the conference, I may also have to spend Shabbat in the hospital, alone. As I waited for the ambulance, I realized that since Venice is 6 hours later than New York, it was almost Shabbat there. If anyone saw the paramedics, word could get to my husband, and they'd be worried all Shabbat waiting for an update. Hatzalah arrived quickly. The pain became unbearable. I accepted Hashem's plan for my weekend and agreed to go to the hospital. Choose someone to go with you, they said. I wasn't going to cause someone else to miss the conference and possibly have to spend Shabbat at the hospital. Divine providence had it that out of the thousands of women there, a dear friend was nearby who would accompany me to the hospital. Still concerned about my family finding out and not wanting to cause a scene at the Kines, I couldn't leave on a stretcher. Somehow, my friend and I made it outside. I cannot tell you how we did it. It was like Fitzas Haderech, a swift arrival to a distant destination through supernatural means. As fate would have it, my family called while I was in the ambulance. As the siren blared, I remarked, "New York sure is noisy," hoping they wouldn't realize the siren was for me. At the hospital, tests showed that my hernia, which I managed for years, had become very dangerous, and without urgent surgery, it was, God forbid, life-threatening. Would I have to have surgery that afternoon? Would I have to stay in New York for weeks to recover? After hours of various preliminary treatments and much tehillim, I experienced a miracle. The swelling had reduced, everything moved into a better position, and the blood flow had begun to normalize. Even the staff was truly amazed, one commenting that there was definitely something from above at work here today. After consultations for other expert opinions, they let me not only go home for Shabbat, but if I was extremely careful limiting my movement until my flight, in other words, miss the rest of the conference, I could have the surgery back at home. We made it to Crown Heights and in the door of my host's home just minutes before Shabbat. At the Shabbat table, in an oversized chair propped up with pillows, I had an overwhelming sense of gratitude. The children spoke about the Torah portion and the conversation turned to prayer. I mentioned, even though Judaism is full of so many beautiful and inspiring prayers, my favorite is a very simple, short one. It's the prayer we say each morning immediately upon awakening, even before we put our feet on the ground. Modeh ani. Not only is it my favorite, but I make sure to have a smile on my face as I say it. The children all giggled. Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechazarti bi nishmasi v'chemla rabba emunesecha. I offer thanks to you, living and eternal King, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great. Why do we say this as soon as we awake? The Shulchan Aruch says that it's to remember that Hashem is standing right there, waiting for us to wake up, to motivate us to get up with alacrity, and to thank Hashem immediately upon awakening for having returned our soul. But how can we say a prayer even before purifying our hands by washing? The simple answer is that the prayer doesn't contain God's name. But Chassidus explains, of the 5 parts of the neshama, nefesh, ruach, neshama, chayin, yechida, our modeh ani comes from the yechida of the neshama, our innermost part of our being, which is an actual part of God. And just as Hashem is perfect, the yechida of the neshama is perfect and cannot become tameh, not pure. Having just experienced a sudden and frightening health scare, this prayer was so significant now more than ever. We are starting our day with gratitude. And even more, it says, you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great. We are starting the day with Kabbalat Ol, committing ourselves, knowing that God, the creator of the entire world, who keeps it running in every moment, gave me back my soul because he trusts me, has faith in me, and is telling me that there is something important for me to do in the world today. In the Modeh Ani text, the punctuation after the word bechemla, with compassion, signifies a pause, a lengthening, which teaches us to spread our Modeh Ani throughout the day. This means that at every moment of the day, we can infuse our Modeh Ani, Kabbalat Ol, within our lives. Recently, I got a call from the hostess where I stayed during the kinnis, and she told me that to this very day, the children wake up every morning and say Modeh Ani with a big smile on their faces.